He slammed his fist against the table. Silverway jumped. You're selfish. Your sister's better than you. My wine caught the light as I lifted it. I smiled. Cool, deliberate. Good, I said, turning to her. I'm done paying her rent. Silence sank like a blade. Dad's jaw dropped. A breath stalled mid-word. He fancied himself the executioner. He was wrong. In that hush he finally understood what I meant and who had taken his place. 3 years earlier he left a suitcase by the door. A woman half his age waited in the driveway. No goodbye for me. Just a pat on Claire's head and, "You'll take care of them now, won't you?" He meant her. Claire, his golden one. She shed fake tears. I held her, covered tuition, rent, groceries, phone bills. "Just until you get on your feet," she'd say, and she never did. At first, I didn't mind. Dad didn't visit, didn't call, offered only the occasional aftershave-scented presents. Still, he had the nerve to preach about duty as if he'd invented it. Mom fell apart. I buried her 6 months later. Lung cancer. Nobody saw it coming but me. I watched the coughing, the wasting away. I took her to every appointment. Claire arrived late to the funeral, performance clumsy and rehearsed. After that, something shifted. I started to watch. Claire had patterns. Every lie leaves traces. She was always short on rent, yet always wore new clothes, bought expensive things, took trips she never posted about, nights out with friends whose names I didn't know. The math never added up. One night I followed the money, my bank statements, Venmo records, tracking transfers from me to her, from her to a name I hadn't seen in years. He wasn't gone. He was feeding off me through her. The old man needed a roof after his trophy wife kicked him out. Claire offered mine without asking. They sold it as hardship. She was struggling. She used my money to prop him up. Her lines, her stage sobs, his mute gratitude. It was a con. A two-person betrayal. And I financed it. I didn't confront them. Not then. That would have been mercy. Instead I watched, played the fool, kept paying, let them think they'd won. That's how betrayal works. They mistake kindness for weakness. I waited 3 months. Then I started to pull threads. I called the landlord, introduced myself as the leaseholder, because I was, and requested a small amendment. No subletting. He agreed. 2 weeks later I installed a camera in the hallway. She didn't notice. The footage gave me what I needed. Him staying there, smug and freeloading, still king of nothing. I let the pieces fall into place. Then I yanked the board away. Dinner was the setup. I made lasagna, garlic bread, Claire's favorite, and invited them both. Dad, recently evicted from wherever he'd been leeching, and Claire, pretending nothing had happened, came. They always do when there's a free meal and someone else footing the bill. We ate. The laughter was loud, mine measured. Then he began. "You're always working. No time for family. Claire shows up. Claire cares." He raised his glass like a judge. "She's better than you." That was when I smiled. "Good," I said. "I'm done paying her rent." His face blanched. Her eyes widened. "You what?" I set my fork down. "You heard me. I'd cancelled the payments. I'd terminated the lease." The landlord was very understanding. Claire sprang up. "You can't do that." I had. Dad's voice cracked. "Where are we supposed to go?" That's when he said we. He'd confessed without meaning to. I looked at him. Not my father, just a man. "You're not my responsibility." He stood. "You ungrateful. Sit down," I said, low. Saturday. I'd already shifted my savings, closed the shared accounts she used without my consent, frozen the card I'd given her, rerouted every financial tie she had, severed them clean. No money, no apartment, no backup plan. I made sure her name would appear on the lease violations. Smart girl, signing everything I put in front of her. By morning she'd have an eviction notice. She stared at me across the table as if I'd gutted her. In a way I had. not with a blade, but by stripping the illusion. The free ride was over. They left together, storming out, hurling threats that meant nothing without funds to back them. I cleared the plates, poured another glass of wine, and sat in the quiet. Revenge isn't noisy. It isn't slamming doors or shouting into the night. It's quiet and exact, surgical. It's watching those who underestimated you finally understand what you're capable of. I didn't need to raise my voice. I didn't need violence. I just stopped giving. That was enough to break them.